Yo, welcome back
to
to
episode 2.
episode 2 of the Bobby Choo Podcast.
Yes.
Yes, been a lot of demand for this to come back. We're on hiatus for a little while.
Actually, to be honest, there are a few people that asked me.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
where's Bobby Choo
but
Podcast
for real,
too?
actually, there are people who actually asked me.
Yeah.
Today is gonna a little bit different. Today we have this beautiful drum kit here.
Oh, thanks.
Which we will talk about in a little while.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys already have watched episode 1,
Yep, with
that
John
was,
O.
with John
Oman.
O.
Yep.
John Oman,
Yes.
amazing guy, amazing things he said, and it's a really a great conversation lah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's really good conversation. So
Yeah.
yes, this is episode 2.
Yeah.
Today we have somebody new in the studio with us.
Yes.
Your drum kit,
Agree.
and we have DJ Charity. Shout out DJ Charity
Yeah, who is behind the...
behind
The
the
desk.
behind the screen, making us sound great.
She's pressing a space bar.
She's pressing a space bar. Why you reduce her to pressing down a space bar? How is she gonna use this? But then, yeah, maybe that's what. Okay, no. Okay, so this is episode 2,
Yes.
and today is something a little bit different. We're actually here, with your drum kit. And you actually had this for quite some time.
Well, yeah, maybe when this probably
Yup.
came out, I'd say probably like 4 months. But
Yup.
it's still relatively new.
Yep.
So we thought it would be good to sort of kind of,
Mm.
if anybody looking for a drum kit or like trying to buy a drum kit or
Yep.
figure out how to navigate the whole world of buying stuff,
Yeah. Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about maybe the why?
Okay.
Why this drum kit?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the main why was I was at a point where I was doing gigs and there was kind of justified enough gigs that needed me to bring my drum kit.
Right.
So it's kind of like if you were to be a guitarist, you always have your own guitar. Obviously, drums, it's a bit more.
Yeah, usually,
know-
I mean, when I think about having drums
Yeah.
to bring it as a gig, at a gig,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
No, because there's a lot of stuff to
Yeah,
bring.
it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but then also like at the end of the day, if you're a drummer, it's better to have a drum kit. And I think you are more employable if you have the option to bring a
You
drum
really
kit.
so
Oh yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
okay.
Yeah, because then like say for instance, sometimes you do like weddings, you do
Yes.
functions. Sometimes when you bring your drum kit, you get extra money on top.
Oh.
Yeah.
So note the drummers bring your own kits.
Yeah,
But
or like have a drum kit.
But I definitely get what you mean. I think
Yeah.
there's this thing where guitarists, bassists, and even now singers, I've seen
have
singers
their
bring
own
their own
mic.
microphones
Yeah.
to their own shows. But I
Yes.
always feel like maybe sometimes drummers, you don't really have that
Yes.
because the drums is quite a large item.
Yes.
But you bring this into the studio today was
Yeah.
just a couple of cases and bring all the way in. So maybe
Yeah.
we can kind of talk from that kind of point of view
Yeah.
also as well, because this is relatively very
Small.
very portable,
Yes.
and and it sounds great though
Oh,
actually.
thanks, man. Yeah, we can definitely play it later to let you guys hear it.
Later
But
only
later.
after 5 minutes.
No, but like the main thing with a drum kit, so obviously I needed a drum kit, and obviously I'm only a one person, and my car is not very huge as well. So I decided to go with something that's portable, a bit smaller. So I landed upon, just for the budget, the kind of specs and how it sounds and everything. I landed upon the PDP New Yorker. Reason being is because I think it's the only drum kit that is of this size that is, number one, has the depth. So it's still like, I think it's a 14-inch snare, 16-inch kick, a 10 tom, and then I think a 12 floor, which I think in terms of I think the only other one I would have gone with is the Ludwig Breakbeat kit.
Okay, the lobby is pretty
Yeah, but at that time there was no stock. So yeah, so
okay.
yeah, so I guess
That we
oops.
all missing out on Caleb Choo.
But actually there is a Ludwig kit in this studio as well. So
It's sitting all sadly over there,
it's not it's
While
not
another junkie is doing play. This is like
It is
it
it is not sad at one bit. But so I think I got this drum kit for about, I want to say 2,000 something.
2,000 something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
Ringgit lah.
Yeah, ringgit,
Okay,
ringgit,
ringgit.
obviously. So I sort of did a deal. So I went to JS Music. So shout out to JS Music. I went to JS Music with a friend of mine, and then we sort of went and scouted for a couple of drum kits. And I think this was going with hardware was for 3,000. I think close to 4,000 basically. So then, obviously, a couple of things to note when you are buying a drum kit, if you're planning to go with gigs and like traveling with it, cases is important because you don't want to. So you would think that they come with cases, but no, you still need to buy a case.
Okay.
So obviously with that, I need a case obviously to one, protect the drum kit as you travel, and then also to store the drum kit as well at home. Protect from like dust and scratches and what have you. So I got like the protection racket stuff. And then so they did like a bundle for me together. And then it kind of sort of worked out to about like 4,002.
Okay, that's actually, to be honest, with hardware, with
kit,
the cases, that actually is a pretty.
That is pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
That's a pretty good deal. So, like, I can't guarantee you will get that deal, but check out JS Music and your local music store and just chat, make friends with the guys. And
I think having that conversation, which probably a lot of people, consumers, especially people when they buy gear, I think they don't have that conversation with their local rep.
Yes. So I think it's the most important when you buy a drum kit or when you buy any gear, for instance, be nice to your local rep and whoever that you're speaking to, because at the end of the day, they're gonna help you. And sadly, I've seen way too many times where someone walks in like they're like the biggest person. They just be rude and like they're not gonna help you.
Yeah, you come in and you're like, oh, what kit is this? That kind of air.
Yeah, but like just be nice. And like it's you never know. They know their gear probably better than I do. So they know they can recommend tons of stuff. If you're not nice, then they're like, okay, whatever you want to tell.
But just even hearing you play this kit while you're setting, because we were sound checking. Yeah. And I think it sounds great.
Thanks.
Maybe we can hear a little bit of the kit.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Hear a little bit of the kit.
Okay,
maybe you can give us a bit of.
Can.
No, just play it. Just play it out.
I'll just play it dry.
Yeah, just play it out.
Okay.
Now you stress or not?
Oh yeah, a bit.
A bit. Yeah. Nice. Super nice. Okay. So
thanks.
With a kit this size, I think probably a lot of things that probably come into my mind is it genre specific? Like, I mean, when you think of a kit that's a little bit more smaller in size like this, I mean, is it genre specific, or do you think size doesn't matter in this kind of case?
Well, I think yes, it sort of lends to a general style of music. Okay. So the style that I naturally get called to play is like a lot of R&B, a lot of pop.
Right.
Then kind of I'd say R&B, pop. Sometimes country.
Country.
Yeah, some like yard rock, for instance, or like
playing country music with
well.
So check out Kid's country recording career.
Hey, actually, it's not a bad thing. But anyway, so those kind of music that I sort of play with naturally can lend to a bit more like electronic stuff as well.
Right. Okay.
This sort of drums can lend. Obviously, if you're gonna play like more rock gigs and stuff like that, obviously this might be slightly too small. Just slightly too small.
Right.
But those like heavy, like you need like big sounding stuff.
Yeah.
Also, bear in mind like the audience, the venue that we're normally playing at is like normally bars, clubs, or like different wedding venues or and stuff like that, which are a bit like small.
So the size of this kind of lends a little bit to the type of venues you play.
Yeah.
But what I think I have to say,
even
just hearing it here right now, and even hearing it when we were sound checking, it is super punchy.
Oh, thanks.
And it doesn't sound small.
Yes, yeah. So I think a lot of companies now did a really good job in making something small but doesn't sound small.
It is, I think when you were telling me about this kit originally, I was thinking, I just kind of wonder how would it sound in terms of whether it's loudness or whether it's I think like the word timbre that kind of comes to my mind. But kind of hearing it is really, really punchy. It's really, really quite forward.
Yeah.
But then you can also like kind of take it a little easy. I think just now when you were sound checking, you're playing a little, I guess, softer kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So and then that kind of really also really works really well with the sound of it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think this drum kit has really helped me in terms of being able to. Yeah, I think it's just like a really great gig tool. I feel like I can play loud with it, which generally almost never.
So
really
would you
happens,
say this is like
more
leaning towards like performance kind of like a drum thing, or would you think that something like this will work also great at home?
Yeah, I think so in terms of like definitely performance for sure.
Yeah.
Like actually it depending on the style of music, I wouldn't even mind recording with this.
Right,
if it's like they need like a small boxy kind of sound. Obviously I might change a couple of things, but generally, I would be very okay with recording with this. And then also if you have like a small space in your apartment or like at home and you don't really want like a really because drums naturally they take out a lot of big footprint.
Yeah.
And like just space.
That's a very nice way to say drums have a big footprint.
Yeah. It's
rather than say drums just loud, But but it's true.
Yeah.
Drums have a very big footprint.
Yeah. In both sonically and also size wise.
Yeah.
This is actually quite a good small kind of thing if you need to fit in your house, in your.
And this fits in your car perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah. I mean it's so far fixed. I have like a small hatchback, I think, and this fits perfectly. Obviously, I need to put seat down or stuff like that. But it fits in my car perfectly. Like it doesn't, also because it's obviously with more expensive drums, the better quality wood and the density of wood is obviously more. So obviously that equates to weight, so it's heavier. But something like this, which is not saying that is obviously you can't compare a 2,000 drum kit versus like a 10, 20,000 drum kit or like a DW collectors or whatever. But for what it is, the wood is naturally a bit lighter. I think the shells of these are like poplar shells, which is obviously density is a bit lighter as well.
Right.
So therefore, that also equates to weight, and also by being lighter, it's easier to travel with, and so all these small little things like in terms of weight, in terms of sizes, also helps into like make it easier for you to carry as one person and stuff like that. And also a note with all drummers: get yourself a drum trolley of any kind. It will save your life.
Recently you told me you bought one, right?
Yeah, I recently bought one because I was like, I always thought like, okay I just have all these things and then chill. But then sometimes when you do gigging, like, oh, actually I need a drum trolley, because you park your car, then you have to take your car to where the venue is, which is normally sometimes a bit of a walk. And then you realize, oh no, I have to carry all this in how many goes? Which is like, oh, then you're like sweaty and everything. So get yourself a drum cart, which is really good. There's the onstage one, there's the rock trolley, there's many on Shopee.
Maybe jazz music needs to have like the catered through PDP pack, They can buy
actually
this whole set with a trolley as well, with the case, everything.
Yeah,
they can just cut it out, the catered through special.
You know what? If jazz music, music. I'm down. I'm down to spec something out for the average musician in Malaysia. But yes, get yourself a drum cart and it'll help you so much, because you can fit everything all in one cart, can put it in one, and then you have wheels, so you're not like carrying, so you just all have to wheel it. And then you just do it one time, and then you load everything, then you pack it up into this cart and you load it back again into your car in one time, and it saves so much time. And actually I found that having a drum cart, I can move this all in one time, and it's all
easy.
It's very easy.
So like this kit, I mean, in terms of sound wise, we should go a little bit more in depth after this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think firstly it sounds great, super punchy, really quite versatile, and it's quite big sounding despite size of the kit. And then also, like I say, it's lightweight, it's easy to travel with. But I think one of the things that every audio person / every musician needs and likes is aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think aesthetically, when you told me I was gonna buy a pink kit, I was imagining you buy this hot pink kit, which I was like, hey, you know what? Kid wants to buy a hot pink kit, he can buy a hot pink kit. But I think seeing it right now, it's a really how would you describe this color?
I'd say this color is like a pastel pink.
Pastel pink, but it's kind
of it's like a pastel pink sparkle.
A little sparkle on top of it with the light stuff. You can kind of see it like just
sparkle. Yeah, it's I've grown to really love this drum kit.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, but also I don't know.
But it's not cute in like a
cute way.
Cute
But
way. It's got a nice. It's very tasteful.
Yeah, I must say I have to thank two people.
Two people. Shout out.
One is my girlfriend, and
Okay,
one is my barber and tennis partner called Kevin as well. So when I was trying to buy a drum kit, I spoke to these two people. I was like, hey, I'm planning to buy a pink drum kit. What do you think? And then I showed both of them pictures, and then they were like, yeah, it's good.
That's the kind of positivity you need in life. You know, that's the kind of I think confidence in things that you need people around like that to affirm you.
Yeah, because
that a pink drum kit will definitely work.
Plus, also then I was speaking to a friend that I would go to the store eventually buy. He was like, yeah, pink drum kit.
Yeah, no, but I think it's pink in a way where it's quite classy.
Yeah.
It's not really pink lah.
No.
It's like a pink pastel kind of thing. But interestingly enough, we had this conversation also many times as well.
Yeah.
I think aesthetics plays a really big part.
For sure. I found that like also one reason why I bought a pink drum kit was is that the sort of times where I would need to bring a drum kit are normally like small bar venues. And then also mainly majority is weddings. So
yes.
Yeah, which is like obviously we can have a conversation whether you think wedding gigs is good, whatever. But I feel like at least for me, wedding gigs is I don't do it very often, but there are occasional wedding gigs here and there, and actually it's quite fun and stuff like that. And I found that with wedding gigs, sometimes people bring a black drum kit, and black drum kit sometimes depending on what the decor is it can stick out quite like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it either can be like too much or
it's just like
or like just like a weird backdrop.
Or like sometimes blue also not really working, and red is too much, and it's like it's all like very like
red drum kits is a little extra lah.
True.
Okay, I get where you're going with, but please continue.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, for a setting, what's the most like can blend in any culture or setting? It's like a pink drum kit, because at the end of the day, pink signifies
it does
love.
look good though.
Yeah, and like so when I brought it to a couple of weddings that I played, I was like, pink drum kit, and it sort of blends with like the flowers. It doesn't matter. It normally doesn't really like intrude with what the bride or the bridal party is wearing.
I think aesthetically, it's really, really quite pleasing.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, it looks great. And then like in bar gigs as well, where the night is a bit dark or different color, and so it sort of blends in very well. And I just love it. And I actually named the drum kit.
Okay.
It went through a few names, but it's called Soda.
Soda.
Because of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
Now I just watched the film with my girlfriend then the other day, and then we're like trying to name. I've always like an emotional connection with the drum.
Right. Okay.
So then I was like, I gotta name the drum kit. So
the drum kit is named Soda. So you heard it here first. Yeah. This is officially Soda.
Yeah, which I also cannot take credit for because my girlfriend named it. So
you see, this is the real collaboration. So I mean, like I said, hearing how it sounds, maybe what we can do right now.
Yes.
Let's just probably hear the kit in like maybe like piece by piece.
Yes.
Then we kind of play something through also as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So let's just kind of get a better sense of what like the kit actually sounds like.
Okay.
Let's just probably hear. You can just do like the kick, snare, toms, and probably can go into like a groove.
Okay, can. So this is a kick. So basically what it is, there is also just like a couple of towels, and there's like a mute that came with it, and then obviously they cut a dot as well. So this is what it sounds like. Yeah. Pretty. I quite like that.
Yeah.
And then this is a snare, it's a 14 by 5, I think. And I sort of tuned it a bit like medium. Medium temp, like medium pitch. So
medium pitch.
And with one moon
nice
gel.
crack though.
Yeah. And these are all stock hits, by the way. I haven't changed hits. Yeah, it's pretty okay. And then this tom as well. Tom 1, which is like a 10. Sounds pretty good as a tom.
Yeah.
And then a floor. And if you put everything together.
Yep. Nice. Maybe we can try like stylistically, like in terms of maybe like genre.
Sure.
I think this for all the, I would say a lot, maybe for a lot of the jazz guys out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can jazz as well.
No, I wouldn't count
a
myself.
little you can.
I can get by, but I
you
wouldn't
can get
count.
by. Like
I wouldn't
like,
count myself as a jazz.
Yeah,
jazzer.
I mean, you know, being a jazzer is it's a whole other thing.
It's a very strong word.
It's a very strong word. You know, you don't just. I think it's you know, it's to say I'm a jazzer is like a bigger conviction than saying a big part of any other kind of religion or anything.
I know.
Yeah, but like being a jazzer is maybe like being part of a very big religion. Yeah, maybe you can play something a little
softer?
jazz inspired.
Okay,
or like something a little softer. Let's just hear how it sounds like.
Sure. I'll sort of play.
Yep.
So I just did a gig yesterday. And
Okay.
it's a hotel gig, so I'll play everything maybe like very quiet.
Okay, yeah, let's just hear it quiet. Like this will be something that you will play maybe like IRL in real life. Yeah, in real life.
IRL, yes, correct.
In case maybe our viewers are like older, they don't know what IRL is. Nice. Like even when it's softer like that, it still doesn't lose its punch.
Yeah.
Which maybe is a testament to your playing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you know.
No, it's definitely the drums.
Definitely is a testament to your playing. No, but like I like even hearing it softer, which I think makes for a really great instrument, is that when you can have this sort of like big dynamic range, which probably a lot of people might actually not know.
Yeah.
They just think drums is just a one-sided thing. Or a lot of people think that drums can be played soft.
Yes.
And I don't know, just with what you're playing, it sounds like I could hold a conversation.
Yeah.
And if I was playing the band, I think it sounds punchy.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like full. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think this drums really does a true testament to the quality of this drum, even though it's 2000 and obviously it's on the lower end of like drums wise.
It's more budget friendly.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely more budget friendly, but I think it doesn't lose its quality in terms of sound.
Yeah.
I think stock hits are great, don't get me wrong, but obviously if you want to elevate it a bit more, which I probably will, is probably change heads, and then that will sort of bring it to another level. Another sound-wise level, because obviously heads is also quite important.
Right.
But even just then, I don't think it will change any quality of the drum, but it will actually make it sound better. And sometimes when you have good mics, like you guys obviously mic stuff really well, and like then it's sometimes you close your eyes, you're like you can't really tell.
Even when we were just kind of going back, just when we were sound checking, we were just kind of just hearing just the overheads on top of this.
Yeah, and it sounds great.
And then even then we just kind of put the kick itself. I think you can really hear just the quality of it.
Yeah.
So actually I was actually pretty surprised. I mean, when we had this conversation about even just now you did mention again the price, it's like, I always assumed it cost you a little bit more. I thought I felt like it was like 1,000 more than what it should be. So you know what? Maybe that's really, I would say that's value for money.
Yeah, that's value for money. Also because reason also why I didn't want to spend more. And it was not because of obviously budget issue obviously budget.
Okay, that's balling, so it's different.
Okay. But also because when you're traveling and you're gigging, a lot of times you will be running into knocks and scratches and things like that. So if you either don't want to spend 20 grand on a drum set, or I was looking at actually the Gretsch Brooklyn.
Okay.
The Micro Brooklyn, which is 12,000. For about the same setup.
That's a very big price difference.
But obviously it sounds amazing. It's US made I think it's
Gretsch,
birch
maybe.
and maple or something like that. But I was thinking if it's Gretsch, right, I'm just it's gonna hurt.
I understand. And
you know what I mean?
And going to gigs is not
it's sometimes it's not the most glamorous thing ever,
Yes.
and you're in like small spaces.
Yes, it's tight.
And it's tight, and sometimes you
Things
just
will get scratched super duper easily.
exactly, and even so I just like, you know what, I don't want to be like worrying about I want something durable, but I also don't know. Every time if it's scratched, like
yeah, and you're gonna remember that scratch.
Yeah, so
12K.
But it's a great drum kit. Don't get me wrong. If you have the money, if you're doing studio work,
buy
it. It's great.
buy it. Okay, maybe we should have that kit to test out. So wait, that kit is same size?
I think it's maybe 18.
Okay, 18. This is 16.
This is 16. This is 18. Then I think maybe the toms are like same, maybe 10, 12 or 14, something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it comes with a snare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
the cost of that is even
it's even higher.
It's even higher.
But that is more towards obviously it's a pro, the highest
like
tier.
a pro.
Yeah,
pro tier
that's like the highest of the highest of.
I understand.
So,
But I think overall, for me, I feel like I said, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Super lightweight, super easy.
Yeah.
Relatively quite. Like I say, the footprint of it compared to a regular kit itself.
The smaller.
But do you miss having like a slightly bigger kick? Because I know a lot of people are quite like, the kick is too small. I had this incident where we were working with this drummer from Taiwan.
Yeah.
And we were having a debate during soundcheck about why the kick drum is so small. So the kick drum at the time we were using was like a 20-inch.
Okay.
And he kept insisting it was 18.
Oh.
Then until he looked at it, I looked at him for a while. I was like, but I was there when they bought it. So long story short, he was like, why don't you just get like a bigger? Okay, to be fair, we were playing in a much bigger setting, much bigger hall. But even with the 20-inch, I didn't miss a lot of the low end. I thought that I would, miss. I think there's this misconception about kick drums having to be super duper like huge, like 24-inch, 22-inch at at minimum. But even kind of just trying out like which we have had on Between Wolves actually recorded on like a 20-inch like rig also as well. And it's really punchy. You're still getting a lot of the lower end of this, but like I said, surprisingly enough for this, is giving me quite a lot of low end also as well. Yeah. So I mean, even in life, which I would say, I guess probably for some people who would be not so, I don't use the word turned on, but who might not be so interested in maybe getting a smaller kick, is probably they're worried that they can't get much low end. But then you've been gigging with this for a while. I guess you've been going through different sound checks. So is there any like opinions or any feedback about how these drums sound live, especially the kick?
Yeah, so far no one has said anything about it. Everyone says good thing about it, the look or like either the sound of it. And I think honestly, if you ask me in terms of kick drum size wise, I'm let's say I'm not like the other drummer in the sense that I like volume. So for me, I find that I like smaller things that can sound a lot bigger. Because I guess maybe why a lot of people are used to the 22s is because it's just the look. It just looks big.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're playing on a big stage, I guess maybe it looks alright. But even for me, if I were to play on a big stage, I feel like sometimes I'm a 20 person. I like 20. I like 20-inch kicks. But if I generally
I've seen you play 20-inch kicks live.
Yeah, and it's great. Like I feel like I feel like sometimes 22 can run into too much low end or like too much boominess that sometimes is not the right kind of boominess. I always found like 20 works for every setting, even like in prog rock and even in
it's because it's a lot punchier, a lot more faster transients.
And then if you tune it correctly, it'll give you a lot of low end and more they need. And plus also for the sound guy, they can actually blend in some of their low end.
I mean, to be honest, now I guess with digital and everything, how hard is it to just pull up an EQ and just crank up like 50 hertz, somewhere, and the RPAs are like getting huger and bigger and more. There's like subs that you can get like subs in like a small tiny venue also as well. But like I said, like what you actually did mention is you're actually enjoying this kind of like I guess how punchy it is, how much it actually reacts to your playing, and even when you're playing like much quicker stuff also on your kick, I can feel, I can hear the notes a lot.
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
Doesn't get like this boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
You know?
I think so too. Yeah, so I think that's a really beauty about a smaller kick drum is that you get more like transients, and so also really depend on your music that you play. So generally, the music that I find myself playing, with people or like with working and like touring, it's more of like this. I need a bit more punch, but I don't need that so much sub.
Yeah.
I just need more of like just like a nice, kind of like a nice low, but not so like. But like just nice low sound from the kit. And so I found like sometimes I wouldn't mind even traveling with 18-inch kick on like tour. Because obviously on tour we play with like on audience maybe like 500 and above. So maybe this 16 might be a bit small, but I actually wouldn't be opposed to traveling with it and see how.
Actually, that's a question I wanted to ask you. Because you tour.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, if let's just say you had this kit for the whole tour, I know.
Actually, I wouldn't complain because I think this will actually sound great on tour. I think it'll be so much easier to travel with.
If you had a tag, the tag will be like, oh, God bless, Caleb's the best.
Actually, I wouldn't even mind. Obviously, I'll change the snare. I'll add a couple of things and stuff like that. But generally, I think this would be really fun to bring on tour. So normally for me, I find that like I'm anywhere between 16, 18, and 20. But in saying that, I do understand when you play a 22, it's like you feel the
thumb,
the thumb and
douche.
And the douche and the attack. It's just huge. But then sometimes I feel like I can get that with a 20. So
and I think also it depends also on, I guess, the quality of the kit. Because it's maybe a bit like, say for example, I mean, no shade to what is the pearl that every drummer has to get on? You know that reference? Is it reference?
Oh, pearl export.
Export. You know the pearl export or the Yamaha stage custom.
Yeah.
And then Tama also has those are like the this is for
Tama
all
Superstar.
Tama Superstar.
Or
This
Imperial
is
Star.
For this is the same thing for everybody else around the world. But if you grew up in Malaysia and you play drums, this is the holy trinity of drum, like learning how to play drums in Malaysia.
Any music store and any gig.
It must be this three. Is export, stage custom, and
sometimes Tama very rare you see, but sometimes you see a really old Superstar.
Yeah. And it's always these three, and they're always in every. They're every in. Setting, I even studying in ICOM. I study ICOM. They also have a bunch of stage, which I mean, to be honest, they're affordable.
Yeah.
They are okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're great rehearsal tools, but I don't know what, But then again, like going from the price of that as well, those also cost up to
5. They're at least like 4,000-5,000, sometimes 5,000 to 6,000.
And I think that these sound a lot better.
Yeah, thanks.
Way better.
Oh,
than like that. And for me, in my mind, those are kind of like, in terms of sound quality, they're kind of like, beginner startup level. This is feels a little bit more intermediate.
Yeah.
But I feel this sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
And obviously it looks a lot better. So maybe that's what a lot of people just don't realize.
Yeah.
Kind of sacrificing like a little bit of size.
Of course.
But the quality can kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
Come up with
and I think also that sort of came with like the way of, I think, the demand of smaller drum kits, and I love playing a small drum kit because you play differently. There is like a very nice, like, I don't know, and naturally I'm not a really chop person anyway, so
but you can
like.
So I ask you to do chops, so you can.
I don't know. I'm not saying
I'm not asking now, but I'm just saying that if there was a request from DJ Charity to do chops.
I guess maybe I can try, but I wouldn't say I'm a chop. I need to practice because I'm like chop while I haven't
just
chop.
Just in case you need to do some gospel gigs.
Yeah, then
and the chops is where you just need to practice.
So I do need practice chops.
So
naturally I'm more of like a pocket. I like to play grooves.
You are more like pocket groove, and even
like
if kind of artist
kind of things,
that you play with also as well.
Yeah.
Of course, the more electronic-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where you're incorporating like SPD in it. And doing some. I've seen you also have triggers also as well.
Yeah.
So and I've seen you play some smaller kits on it, and for me I feel it fits a lot more to that genre a lot better.
Yeah.
Than just going for this full kit. But maybe for the people who are, they are the rockers.
Yes.
Maybe can you play something that's just heavy? Just
okay.
I think they just, maybe they're guys who just want to know, can this kit rock?
Okay.
Can I?
I will try my best, but I think it can.
Yes, I know. I believe it can.
I think it can.
But people need to hear it, otherwise they'll be like, this is all fluff.
Okay, I will play what I think is the quintessential punk rock groove.
Okay.
It's not Blink 182, just so you know. But see, I think when I play it, I think everyone would know it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's hear your... Yeah. Hey, not bad.
Yeah.
Quite not bad.
Not bad, right?
Just need to EQ a little.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think,
It can, it can hold up
to I think it can actually hold it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the kick, you can feel that, okay, you don't get the
you don't get the extra lows.
Yeah, but
the punch is there though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're playing a small venue, I think it's fine. Because sometimes it's easy for the sound guy to control.
Yeah.
So
which actually kind of if I can just segue a little bit into like I think sound.
Please.
I feel like there are a lot of different type of venues, smaller venues, and I think there's always this complaint about the drums are so loud. They don't like everything is like the drummer's not even hitting anything, but the drums feel super duper loud. And I think what a lot of people just don't realize is just that maybe you just need to get a smaller kit.
Yeah.
Which they do all things. They just take the kit and they muffle it like crazy, and they just use whatever kind of like muffling and like moon gel, and they buy like these kind of cymbals that are just super duper extra dark, and it still sounds loud.
Yeah.
But I think maybe what might be just an easier solution is just to get a smaller drum kit.
Yeah.
Which
then actually helps you as a drummer because it's easier to travel with, smaller footprint. So sometimes you're playing in stages that are like really small. So if you start bringing your 22-inch, right, you just take a half of the stage and they'll be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. Obnoxious. Like, just like, how am I going to fit my humongous pedal board?
Yeah, for all your guitarists.
To be fair, guitarists also do that. Our pedals also quite big. I'm not
true.
I'm not trenching, I'm a guitarist as well, but sometimes also extra lah.
Yeah, then plus obviously if you have a keys player is going to break his 88 or 62
You know
keys
that,
or whatever,
funny enough, there used to be a keyboardist here in KL.
Wow.
His name's Hiron.
Oh.
Hiron Benton.
Okay.
He's a Kiwi guy.
Nice.
Huge, massive dude, like 6 foot something.
Yeah.
And I used to go to gigs with him.
Okay.
So I'll pick him up and then we'll go to gigs together.
Uh-huh.
And he will bring like 4 keyboards.
That's crazy, man.
And he would take up like the whole stage was there. He would take up like a good quarter of the stage. This is his stuff. Yeah. But he's super duper organized and he gets everything plugged in super nicely.
Yeah.
But those keyboards also, there was, there's a big footprint, okay?
Yeah.
So maybe this is just showing some love for all the drummers.
Yeah.
Your footprint is not the biggest.
Yes.
Your guitarists are coming up, with their massive pedal boards to play a few songs.
Wow.
They actually just needed to just overdrive and bring a tuner, but then they brought like
a compressor, stacking of another compressor, then with another like reverb.
4 drives.
4 drives, 4 over.
Okay, this is not a roast of guitarists. This is a drum video.
But actually now a lot of people are using your fractals, your neural helixes.
Yeah, actually, maybe the general vibe is the footprints of a lot of things are getting smaller.
Yeah.
So maybe I think it's quite common even now to see, like, say for example, smaller kits with guitarists bringing like things like a helix.
Of course.
I think a lot of bands are trying to travel a lot lighter and a lot cleaner. Smaller stuff that can kind of do a lot further.
Yeah.
Or do a lot further. What kind of English that? But get a lot more things done at a smaller footprint lah.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah. So agree. I mean, for me, I think it is a great kit.
Yeah.
Like I said, sounds great. Easy, lightweight.
Yeah.
Who would you really recommend as a drummer lah?
Yeah.
If you're speaking to a drummer.
Yeah.
And who you really recommend this particular kit for?
Yeah, I think I would recommend this for anybody who is wanting to obviously start like buying a drum kit. If you want to like learn drums and you really like, okay, I want to go on this journey, and you're looking for an instrument to either put at your house, that maybe you might want to shoot some IG content with, or potentially maybe set you up a bit more if you ever plan to gig, then yeah, I think this would be a great person. Also for people who are like maybe myself, or maybe a bit higher, a bit in the sense of like drumming, gigging in like the scene wise in KL, or even in KL or maybe internationally, like I think you can definitely use this kit in any form if you want to like record with. So like, if I have any like remote recording stuff, I would actually I find like this is sort of like my lane almost, in the sense of electronic R&B, like this kind of sampley stuff. And this is a really good kit. Like, I mean, you don't really have to spend a lot of money to get great sound from it. So I would say recommend that for any gigging musician who's looking for something to travel with, who also has a really small car. If you have a big car, great, go for your massive drums. And if you have a tech, if you have a tech, even better. Just
to pick up your kid and go meet.
Yeah, exactly. And you just chill. But for people who are like me, who don't have that big kit or don't work with the drum tech yet, then I think this is if you're doing one person, I think this is great. It's light. It looks good, sounds good, feels good to play. So no.
What more can you ask, right?
Yeah, no really complaint, and really good value. So again, shout out to JS Music who sought me out.
Is this? I remember we had a conversation before. Is this like the last?
Yeah, apparently this is the last pink drum kit they have in stock. So I don't know whether ever since then they've restocked it. There's only 3 colors. There's this like black, sort of greyish sparkle, but like a bit more like towards the black end. And then obviously you have this, and then there's like a green, but like neon green sparkle, like almost like Kermit the Frog green.
Kermit the Frog green.
Yeah. So among all these 3, I'm like, pink, 100%. Yeah, for that range of drums. So obviously there's more different ranges.
For those who are here in KL, if you want to pick up, or you want to, interested in getting this kit, you can contact the guys at JS
Music. They have a new branch in Petaling Jaya.
Really?
Yeah, next to Music Play. This is the best.
Okay, cool.
And ProMark sticks as well. So I recently just converted to ProMark sticks as well. I used to play Victor for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, like I used to play Vicfirth X5As. But then ever since, like, I don't know why Vicfirth, I felt like the quality of the wood has became very brittle. So I felt like it was almost like there's no weight to it. So I was like, I was looking for sticks, and then I was like, oh, ProMark. And I always played ProMark back then. I always knew like ProMark was the thing. And then ever since ProMark, like, they did like loads of like different innovations and a lot of different wood choices. So I like pick one up and I play, oh, this is really good. It feels it feels like
weightier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like heavy, but it feels like substantial. And I like that now they do this thing called rebound and forward. So if you play like racket sports, like head heavy and then the grip heavy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So as like drummers also, like, so that kind of theory for drumming, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. And actually helps. So I sort of use the rebound 5A long. So it's like it's a basic X5A. It's a longer stick. There's a longer 5A, and it's all the weight is in the rebound, which is the grip of the stick. So I feel
this is a whole other video just on sticks.
No, so basically go JS Music for all things good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, for me, that pretty much wraps up.
Yeah,
what we kind of want to say about this kit.
Sounds good.
I can't say enough more about this. They will also have other kind of content also as well that will feature this kit.
Yeah, for sure.
You can hear it in a lot of different other styles and a lot of different other elements.
For sure. Like, I think check out I'm gonna try to plug you. He does Plum Audio. Right? At Plum Audio, and then at Johnny Wang as well. For his IG. So
we can find you at Caleb Choo.
Yes, Caleb Choo with 4 O's.
4 O's.
4 O's.
My Johnny also got 3 N's
because people took up the first.
Who is the other Johnny Wang? I want to know.
I would love to know who took up Caleb Choo with 2 O's.
Are they even active? I'm just saying. But then
Yes.
I think this has been really, really quite fun.
Thanks.
We're talking about it, and probably play a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. I can play us out.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Anything?
No, not really.
Cool.
Yeah. So stay tuned for
Stay tuned for.
we hope to see you on the next Bobby Choo
episode
Podcast,
3.
Episode 3.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll play you guys out.
Yeah, play you guys out.
Okay.